Good morning. Who loves amusement parks? Let's see a show of hands. All right. Who does not like the rides? Okay, right there. I'm relating with you guys. 4 years ago, 2 of my children worked at Lagoon. And one of the perks of working at Lagoon is to be able to get discount passes for the family and friends. Well, they knew that me as the mother, I would go to Lagoon because they love to ride the rides, but I was more than happy to sit on the side and hold the bags. So my daughter calls me and says, "Mom, I have a bunch of my friends that are getting together and there won't be any adults, but we would like you to come and ride those rides that scare you with intention." Well, that was a little crazy for me because I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't want to do this. I'm already feeling the energy that was in my chest at the time. But she said, "I want you to come and experience what it's like for us as we enjoy the rides, and we will explain it to you." So I thought, how do you say no to your daughter, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm in. So I meet him that morning. We're at the entrance. I totally turn over all of my mother control because it's about the experience, right? So I'm like, all right, what ride we going on first? And they said, we want to go on the rocket. It was at the very back. So I'm like, okay. So we're walking to the rocket. It's this ride that shoots straight up and then drops you. Boom, boom, boom. And if you don't want to go on that one, there's another one that takes you very slowly up to the top and drops you. Either way, not the ride that I would personally choose, the first one, but hey, I was all in. So I'm there and I'm totally scared and I'm walking through the bars thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Trying not to look up because every time I looked up, I'm like, don't look up. And we get up to the front and I'm like, okay, I can do this. They have these great grab bars to make you feel safe, right? And they come around and they push and they make sure that you're in there. So my daughter's sitting next to me and I'm like, all right, I got this. So here's the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what do? I check out! Ah! And all of a sudden, the ride's over. And I'm like, I did it! And then all of a sudden, my daughter goes, Mom! You checked out! You closed your eyes! You can't close your eyes! You gotta ride this ride again. I'm like, are you serious? And she's like, yeah, Mom, that is not the way you're supposed to ride the ride. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we decided to go on the other one, right? Here we go, back again, through the bars. Well, I've already had my traumatic experience. I haven't learned the lesson that she wanted me to learn. And we get up to the front. What do? I get in the chair, hold down the devices, hold onto the grab bars, and she turns to me and says, all right, Mom. Eyes open this time. I'm like, okay, I got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes open. It takes off, but I'm looking. And it's amazing that the energy inside my chest, there was still a lot of stuff going on, but instead of that anguish and turmoil and all that non-positive thing that was going on, I actually felt things open. My eyes were open, my heart was open, and this amazing energy was coming inside of me. When I got done, I said, kids, gather around. My hands were totally shaking. They're laughing. They're like, no, Mom, our hands aren't shaking. But that's good. You did it. So I said, all right, what's the next ride we want to go on? So they chose one of those crazy roller coasters. Well, those were the ones that I was most in resistance to. I hated that drop. So anyway, we go and we get on the ride, and my daughter's sitting next to me again, and she goes, okay, Mom, remember, eyes open. And then she adds, and hands up. I said, hands up? She goes, yeah. And I'm like, aren't there signs that say don't put your hands up? She's like, it's okay, Mom. You can put your hands up. So I'm like, okay. So we get on the ride. Well, you know at the beginning of the roller coasters, that part that goes deep, 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 deep? I was totally on board with my hands up there. But as we're approaching the crest, I so wanted to put them down. But I didn't. I kept them up. The drop comes, and I immediately get thrown into my daughter's lap. So the whole ride, I'm like this. But I kept my arms open, my eyes open, my hands up. And it was a phenomenal experience. I had never done that before. And now, one ride after another, we ended up going through the park, and I rode every single ride with intention, except for those ones that make you throw up, that spin you all around. That wasn't my goal. But it was amazing. And some of them, now when I go, I'm like, okay, I did that. I checked that off my list. I can still choose. But there was a lesson that I learned today, or I learned that day, that as long as you define what you like and what you don't like, you will open and you will close. The highest level of any experience that you've had is solely because you've decided to stay open. So here's my advice. Choose to stay open. Live life with your eyes open and your hands up.